All right. So, welcome back to the channel for what will be the last of the How to Tank for Normal Heroic Mythic. I look forward to the rest of the feedback in the comments on that, but for now, let's just hop into it. So, this dungeon is not overly complicated. If you are interrupting and paying attention to like what's happening in front of you, it's pretty easy to deal with this whole place. So if you have a mage in your party, Tidal Surge is something you want to spell steal. And now again, like in Told to Gore, mobs are going to be running away, and like this will pull extra stuff. So you just really want to be careful with not letting things run away when they get low on health. Because they will pull extra shit, man. And you're going to come out the door, mark a skull on one of the casters, hopefully. Now, I do a lot of pugs, so I mean, relying on pugs to interrupt can, like, it's dangerous. So you just gotta kind of do what you can, CC what you can, interrupt what you can. Let me check. Yeah. And that's gonna be most of the game here, is just interrupting, CCing, keeping things locked down until you get to the bosses, because the bosses are kind of like their own things here. So you can't avoid these two, so the casters. So whoops, just want to burn them down right here. Hopefully you don't pull anything else. He's gonna pull though. But since I don't have a mage or shaman to purge, I don't know what they might have changed with the classes I have, but master spell I guess would work. But heaving blow is just a cone, and then tidal surge behind that. More of the casters, dude. These guys just get like over and over. They are annoying, dude. They just cast and cast and cast, and then wash away is the shit that spawns in the ground. So kind of choose what you want to interrupt. Wait to see what your party is hitting before you lay down your first one. Just so you know you're all clear on like who's hitting what and when, so we're not wasting a lot of interrupts and all of this. So if you have a charge when the living current knocks you up, charge back down to it. Skull bash works, warrior charge, things like that. Now these three casters here, you can skip these. I'm gonna try to show you how if they don't pull. But I got stunned by the blow. That's fine. They shouldn't have pulled this, but so you can squeeze by, but obviously we're not going to. So I'm just gonna drop a skull, CC as much of this as I possibly can. I'm gonna typhoon, line up a bull rush, and then interrupt skull to get it stacked with the rest. And that's really like all you can do, dude. Is just like CC as much as you can, and then just try to kill shit before it kills you or your party. Hopefully, you've got people interrupting. For keys and such, you are going to need to be coordinating in here, like for the whole run. So, oh, they took these little mobs out here. Nice, good. So this first boss didn't really do too much. He'll push you back, or he'll knock you back. That's pretty much it. He splits into 3 ads. I don't know. I don't think they really do any melee damage, dude. Like, we'll double check it here, but I think they just cast shit on people. And his white damage does hurt a little bit on Tyrannical, so this is the boss that you will be needing to roll active mitigation on. Surging Rush is a knockback, so just don't be in front of him. That's it, that rogue. You can't get knocked off here. If you fall off, I'm pretty sure you're dead. I got knocked off once because I got fixated by 2 of the ads. Yeah, and there's undertow. It's not a... I'm not doing anything. That's not a strong pushback, so... And here's his little split phase. Roll my little dots. Pull my mouse cable out, because god damn. Yeah, they do like a melee hit here and there in between their casts. Okay. Well, and if you're not in melee range of them anyway, like even if it says you have threat, if you're not in melee range, they're gonna hit whoever is next to them. So thankfully they don't seem to hit for very much. Probably be a good idea on keys to burn 1 at a time and have the melee be wherever the tank is, so as to avoid like a bunch of nonsense. Alright, so more of these casters that do their bullshit like water bolt. Oh, Tempest. Oh no. Now this next little mini boss bitch, she can hurt a bit. Especially on fortified, like you really need to burn her down first. The other ads will die easily from cleave, but she's gonna do a ward that's gonna increase her haste, and then do Gale Wind, which they nerfed, wow, but it does massive amounts of damage to your party on a fortified week. Really all you have to do to counter this being horrible and her doing more damage is just as soon as she casts her swiftness ward, whatever it's called, just already be out, so when she casts that and it's on the ground, she's moving as soon as that cast is done, so she's not in that inside that ward. These guys, the Sundering Blow, they buff themselves to do extra damage, and they run slower with that though, and they do some AoE as you saw that can be easily stunned, typhooned, disoriented, like anything you want to do. So I'm just gonna typhoon. I'll bull rush the next one. Or no, I have a little roar. So he's just doing more damage. Oh shit. Let me... My keys are not bound though. So this bitch here is going to drop a rune type shield on the ground, the reinforcing barrier, I guess. You just have to move her out of it. Your DPS, if they get carved flesh on them, should be standing inside it, or they're gonna get wrecked. Like this warlock is getting wrecked right now, because he's like just on the edge of it too, dude. What a scumbag. And uses cooldown too late though. And that's it. Try to avoid that pack if you can, unless you're on a teaming week. If you're, dude, so I did teaming on this last week, I think, and dude, you had to kill like damn near everything, dude. So again, just more of the casters and the melee dudes, easily CCable, kiteable, all that. Now this guy is going to do AoE on your party. There's a glider skip over here. Like, I don't know if you can do it still, but you used to be able to go from like where blue is on the ledge, like up there, and you could glide, dude, like all the way down to like moon, and just land there. I don't know if you still can, but have a look on live when it after the launch and see if you can glide down after the first boss. Like that's his platform up there behind the blue marker. But I don't have any glider kits, so I can't try it. And the rest of this is just more and more casters. Why does this shit keep falling off, dude? And of course you would pull this shit. I have to fix my curtain. Alright, they're just gonna pull everything, so I'm just gonna use an instincts. These are the same mobs that we've had the whole time. The same casters with like the water bolts, and they throw this shit on the ground that knocks you up. And the melee guy that you can just, yeah. I need to put my shit back up. There we go. Alright. So they're continuing to pull more. As you will experience a lot in BFA. So, you know, as you experience on live, I'm sure. But again, just if I only have one of those big melee dudes, like I'll usually just eat him. Unless it's a higher fortified key, then obviously you're gonna need to kite. But one of them with that buff is not a huge deal, especially if you are countering it properly, like with a roar right there. No. And there we go. Now this boss can be fucking annoying to tank. I don't know if it's gonna go live exactly like this, but you put a skull on her because she's going to drop her haste wards down and be doing not only damage to you but to your party. Your focus is going to be Iron Hole, which is the orange marker. So he does two abilities of which you just saw me get hit by. And now, Hindering Cleave is just a cone in front of him. When he casts it, you just gotta move. There's really none, like, while you learn this fight, there's nothing wrong with just kiting him around the entire time while you see things. So he throws a damage buff on himself, and he does the Hindering Cleave. Sometimes the cleave, dude, like, you can't dodge that shit. It's annoying, like that. Like, he was on my ass, dude. So, you just gotta try to dodge it as much as you can. If you're kind of already kiting, it's easier to do, but... maybe he has to be standing still when he casts Hindering Cleave for him to not move while he does it. If he's already moving when he does it, maybe it'll do that. I will research this and post down in the comments below after I get the video up. And come back in here again. So now in this part of the dungeon after them, you get into the Ritualist. These casts get a little heavier. They do more AoE damage. So you really just need to focus them down, hence my skull. They can't be stunned or CC'd. Can't be Typhoon though, so another one of those, so keep that in mind. We're gonna have another one here. This guy's not gonna do shit, so I'm not gonna worry about him. I'm gonna put a skull on her. Because again, she can't be stunned or CC'd besides a Typhoon or a Death Grip. And she does lots of AoE damage, so it's like not a mob you want to fuck around with. You see what I mean, dude? Like, fuck. Oh, shit. Anyways, more of the enforcers. That deep smash. Wow, did they buff that? What is that? Jeez, dude, that is new. Fuck me. Okay, so just kite the hell out of these dudes. Do you see that? That might be bugged. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's no interrupt there to kick, dude. What do you mean? Alright, so you get into the first set of the dwellers. Now, the dwellers need to go down first before... Like, it all needs to die, but these things will put stacking dots on your party that do this. So, maximum health reduced. And more damage taken, so... They're all doing all of that to you, so it's like... Rip. Now coming up here is probably what is the, I would say, is the hardest pull for the tank of the dungeon. Especially on fortified weeks, because you've got 2 casters and 2 big melee mobs that are going to spawn right down here. So I'm going to bring them down just a little bit. Yeah, and they're going to drop these. And now I am going to focus these, because these things... throw down their tentacles. They did a stun before. I don't know if they're still doing it, but they do a colossal slam, which is obviously like AoE. It's no good. And if your DPS let casters get stuns on you, it's no good either. So hopefully that won't happen to you. I'm over here. Hello? Can we be smart? Of course we can't. You gotta pull both. Alright, so this is not a good idea to pull both of these together. As you can see, because they fucking hurt, dude. All these guys do channels on your party, and the mental assaults, which is a stun, and it's just like no good. I'm gonna fucking die. Because these guys are idiots. Yeah, dude. So yeah, you can see how much that shit hurts, dude. And how much you don't want to pull both of those together. And this is only on Reg Mythic. Like, and I'm 355, so like right at normal raid geared. Shit destroys. So these are going to be the same thing. The tentacles that reduce your max health. They can be stunned and CC'd. No, they just increase your damage taken. Okay, rip. The max health is from the casters. Alright, heard that. Heard that. This boss is fairly easy. MCs will soak orbs. Don't fuck around. So whoever gets MC'd is going to be walking around and grabbing the orbs that the rest of the party will be kiting. All you have to do is tank the boss and interrupt. I believe there's a cast on him. And avoid being stunned by your ball. And now, the person that gets MC'd by the boss, ideally, like, it gets broken when you take a certain amount of damage within a certain amount of time. Got the interrupt there. So if you get MC'd and you take the balls, you can pretty much break yourself out. Soak balls, dude. What are you doing? You're just running around. Alright. That's what they should be doing. So, hello? Dude. And I just explained it to this guy that he needs to soak orbs, and now he's just completely MC'd. Lol, dude. Idiot, man. I don't know how to deal with somebody who gets MC'd like this besides just to... I'm used to them like having some sense to break themselves out with the balls. You see the priest did it just fine. Now I'm just here dealing. Yeah, I'm gonna kill this rogue. I should teach him a lesson, dude. I'm gonna kill you before we kill the boss for sure. Die. Alright, cool. So now, back to the same thing. You just kite orbs. Interrupt the boss. Hopefully your people will, yeah, there you go. And he is dead. Oh shit. He's MC'd. Alright, so then you're gonna come down here while they res, but we're just gonna go ahead and start going. Jump down in the hole, and you're just gonna swim, dodge a little jellyfish. Because they will shock and stun you, and it's no good. And we're at the last trash and the last boss right here. So, as you see, you just really need to be on your CC game and your lockdown game. What the fuck? How is he a shark? Is it like a potion? Oh, I'm gonna pull this shit, I feel like. Or they're going to. Yeah, always watch. People love to pull these. They don't do a lot of damage, but they do need to be tanked. Mainly just because there's a lot of them. And we are almost done with this. Nobody's gonna pull? Nice. Alright, so these guys and this boss can be tricky. You really have to obey mechanics. So the denizen with the yellow marker does a lot of melee damage. The consume essence needs to be interrupted. These things can't be stunned. I don't even think they can be typhoon. No, they can only be interrupted and killed. So but that dude on the boss is going to do a lot of damage, and you'll see the phase that I'm talking about here in a minute. Alright, here we go. So you're going to start him near the edge of the room, and he's going to drop down a zone that will silence whoever is inside it from time to time. Also, throughout the fight, he'll be spawning the tentacles that you just need to move away from. So there's the first zone. And now the reason I start on this side is because, at least currently, he spawns more ads on this side of the room, which you'll see after this. But so he goes into phase 2 and he teleports you down, well, into a phase 2, because it's like it would be 2 and 4, I guess. All you gotta do is kill this ad. It's you and your healer. Just make sure you grab threat real quick. It's going to do a lot of damage on Tyrannical, so you have to do your best to kite while still doing as much damage on it as you can, because it's going to fucking hurt and it's going to have a lot of health. So now we just gotta interrupt grasp. Yep. Now I'm gonna hold him here. Call of the Abyss is where he summons his ads. So you see more of them are coming from that side than from over here. So I'm just gonna keep kiting while they kill ads, move him around. I'm going to typhoon these back and start moonfiring them myself because they're not doing anything to them. Keep moving, big guy, keep moving. Alright, good job, good job. And that's the whole boss though. So just you drop the zones around the edge. kite him away from the ads that will spawn there. And when you go down into the other zone, or the other realm, or whatever it is, just be real careful, because that dude is going to do a lot of damage. Like, I'm not joking. Especially on Tyrannical, he is going to hurt. And just with low gear, he's going to hurt, so. But that's it. That's the end of the last one. That's Shrine. That's all of them, dude. See, not complicated, not overly difficult. Generally, all the dungeons are pretty straightforward. Earth Warden did as much healing as regen, so bam, so good. But yeah, man. So thank y'all again. 8.0 aggressive Guardian Druid guide will be out soon. That's what's up next after this. So thank you again. Please hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell, so you have that every time we're putting new guides out. And I will see you very soon.